Do you remember using cowdung years ago? Or your mother using cowdung?
Yes, yes. We kept cows and we turned them out and going down to the field and through droppings and they'd be left there. They go a different way back. And that's the dung, we picked it up a couple of days after and brought home and used a wood kindling for sticks to light the fire at home.
And you remember doing that?
Yes, oh yes, yes. And with a pony car.
Collecting them?
You collecting it, yes.
Did you have a name on them?
John, yeah, I'm with the boat, John.
Yeah, yeah. Did you keep any cattle at all, Paddy, or anything like that?
Well, sure, I was born in the cottage, like, we had no land.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I worked for a farmer, a local farmer, of very good people up in Ballycallan, by the name of Powers. And we done all that time, even in the time when I was 13 first when I went up there, I was school. And like we, you know, to be ricks of straw, ricks of corn that time, and the ricks would be thatched. The ricks would be thatched that time. So to take the thatch off it, then come to, for the time of threshing it, and to be a thresher and a drum and pitcher, and the thresh the corn, and there'd be bags out of the one place, and the straw would be going up another place, making a rick of straw, and there'd be lads pitching up on the drum and cutting the shafts and putting it into the drum, and the corn would be coming out into bags. That time there'd be good body sacks, and they'd send them off to Nuns. Nuns was the corn place, send them off to Nuns, like, and they would, you know, to get a good load. Maybe P.S. Power had a lorry that time, and he draw the corn for the farmers. P.S. Power, Ballycallan, he was a publican as well, and he had 2 lorries. He had one milk lorry and another corn lorry, and he draw the corn to Nuns in Wexford, and the big farmers to get paid for their corn, and they'd have a threshing in the spring, John, isn't it?
In the spring, yes.
And when again?
The threshing first in September, October, and then to bring it over to the spring. They'd have a spring threshing for seed. They'd go for the seed corn. Now the seed is imported mostly. There's only one thresher, but of course now it's done by steam. It's one big day. So of course now and today there's the combine. There's none of that that's cut out. All that threshing and all that hard work the combine has.
Do you remember the corn stands?
Yes. With the sheaves that come in, and most farmers' places be big stones that the rats wouldn't go into the garden. They'd be put up on big stones like that and formed around it. There'd be straw put on that and probably stuff cut briars and stuff, and then
Keep the wet.
Keep the wet out of it, and they keep the rats out of it as well. And then the corn would be stacked there and be thatched. When they go to bring it to a point, and it'd be thatched for the winter, and stay there for the winter for the spring corn.
Are there any of those stones still left around?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they are.
Oh,
And
they
farm,
are, yeah.
yes.
They like built ditches out, stone walls and ditches.
Ditches, yeah, made that. And there'd be stones. There were stones made for here. Stone work here.
Yeah.
In a big way around here.
Yeah.
Do you remember years ago picking blackberries and stuff?
Yes.
I tell you a good one. I tell you one about that now. I remember my mother and all, and sure, things were very poor, you know. It's very hard. We always had grub, but things were, you wouldn't be going and getting ties and everything, a race of ties for Christmas, you know. You have, you know, one, we would have happy anyway, but going out picking blackberries with a bucket.
Yeah.
We used to go down across a farm next door, and we'd go into the fields and pick a rake of blackberries, and we'd bring him into the local shop. His name was Tom Summers, God be good to him. And we used to put water on him the way to make it way heavier. And Tommy used to say, "God almighty, lads, there's an awful lot of juice on them, isn't there?" Oh, yeah, sure, that's with a good blackberries, Tommy. We got him down that farm. God, I can't understand why there's so much juice on them though. And that was the crack when John had something to say.
Yeah, the blackberries would go on the farms and pick them, and we had the same job. We'd put a drop of water in them, or another drop, put a little bit of sand in them on the bottom and tip them out. And there was people in what do you call them, used to buy in Quinn's, Wexford, used to come out and buy the blackberries from us. And they also bought rabbits and different things for us, the Quinns. And there was the game would be make it heavy, you see. We made a good living out of it, £0.5 for a bucket of blackberries.
Yeah.
You got £0.5 for a bucket. So there were hard times in those days.
And that time, sorry John.
People lived better together because everybody, we went to national school and we were all friends. We'd meet weekends and that. And we'd had farmers out. We had a small farm, but only a very small. And we'd had the next door neighbour, and anybody came around, we'd keep an eye on them places and different things like that. And we'd be around at night time. We'd be after rabbits and things, lamping rabbits at night, and we'd watch farmers' fields and different things. So it was a different community than it is today.
In that time as well, I remember catching rabbits. You get a snare in the shops. How many someone to sell these snares? And there was a snare that go around like that, and then there'd be in a hole there and to tighten on the rabbit's neck. But then you get a standard to stand up, would split it like that and put the yoke of the snare down and a peg here and tie to it. And when the rabbit has caught, then he can't go. But we used to bring him down to the local shop and you get 5 bob a pair. That time there was a man coming along buying rabbits. He used to buy it from Waterford. He used to buy the rabbits off of Tom Summers and we'd bring him down there and we get 5 bob a pair for him. So, you know, the things weren't bad, but there were things where you could earn money at lots of things at the time. With the blackberries and the rabbits. And maybe, you know, working for a farmer and all like that. So, and things were very cheap. You wouldn't be getting big wages off the farmer, but the wages that you get off the farmer would go a long ways. Go right now, you know.
And then we had to go home to our mother and give her so much as well. And my father was in the army. They'd get money sent every week to their mother, to my mother. But that'd go along. We kept a few cows, 4 cows, and we kept pigs and we kept a few sheep. We only had about 30 acres of land, but we lived well out of it. There was 6 of us in family. But we didn't go anything wrong. We had a pony and trap, and we'd go to mass in that pony and trap every Sunday, and meet several people with it. But it was a different life than it is today. Pictures weekends, 6pence or a shilling for the pictures in New Orleans.
Now, did you ever remember picking mushrooms?
Yes.
Picking mushrooms. You get into a field, even normally where you get a good lot of mushrooms, John, is where there be horses. So we'd go out and pick the mushrooms, I remember, and we'd put them in the fire. We have an open fire, put them in maybe a bit of silver paper and put them in the fire and put a bit of butter on them. They were absolutely lovely. If we had a cooker that time, we put them on the grill, pour a bit of butter into the cup and a bit of salt. Oh, they were absolutely great. A lot better than the mushrooms you get in the shop. And that time, like, it was you know, you had your own, and as well as that, even with a cottage like me, you had a little acre of ground. My father used to sow turnips, a cabbage, parsnips and carrots and onions. And you had your own, like, that'd be the main course. Buds. There wouldn't be much meat bought at that time because it was dear. And as well as that, there wouldn't be any coal, maybe for the fire because it's too dear. But we'd all go, the 3 or 4 of us, 4 chaps, we'd go out and we'd get sticks in the land, bring them in and
cut them up
and buy the fire that night. Then you had fire.
Did you call them a bresna sticks?
Yeah.
Bresna sticks, that's right, yeah.
Tie them in a bundle with ropes and carry them on your back.
Tie them on your back,
And we lived near a rock, so we got a lot of timber from the rock at Carrigbyrne. The laurels, the big long laurels, they'd reach for me to over there.
Yeah.
12 or 14 foot. He cut them out. And they'd be laid out in bundles. You buy them for £0.50.
Yeah.
Up and bring them out on the horse. And
Yeah.
a horse and pull them out and then cut them up and bring them home with the horse and cart. An awful lot of work done with horses and carts then those days.
Do you ever remember your fathers and them getting the spuds in before St. Patrick's Day?
No.
Sowing
Never.
spuds.
I never.
So
Getting them in the
Oh,
ground.
yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
did,
yeah,
I thought
yeah.
you meant getting them out.
No, putting them in.
Putting them
Oh,
in,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And that time as well, when there was no such thing as much manure, sure there wasn't,
No,
John.
not a lot, no.
You'd put the dung in the forest, the dung that had come off the cattle and all, put the dung in the forest, shake it with faucet on top of the dung, plant seeds on top of the dung, slide the drill then, and then maybe afterwards with a horse, split that thing there and make it, and come up on the other side and make a drill. And then they grow and
the spuds that time you'd sow them. In January you'd put them in boxes.
Yeah.
They had a box and they'd sprout, you see, and they'd be well sprouted when you put them in. Put a little bit of soil around them, and then the horse would come along and with one single sod and cover them for you. And right up to the headlands you had a spade. And you say, right up on the headlands, no waste on the headland. You had the drill there. You'd probably put cabbage in there and put onions and different things in there for that. And you lived on them for days. They were sorted out, and the smaller ones would go for chickens, for food for chickens and that.
Da